Okay, greetings everybody. Welcome. It is news day officially today. Not like yesterday. It's gone, it's clear, and FF9 is on its way very soon. So let's take a look at what we got. Now, obviously I was playing a little bit of a game yesterday of being like, hey, what's the Final Fantasy? Let's guess the music. I love that. That's actually kind of fun. I want to do that again. If, you know, the game's still around by then. Joking, of course, I don't think that actually EOS is a majorly big problem. And as you know, every time I say something, I'm usually wrong. So in that case, EOS is probably going to happen right away. So now I've said that. But then I've just also called out that. So is that jinxing a jinx of jinxing a jinx of a jinx? I don't know. But we have this nice relaxing music today. Let's dig in and see what we got. Now, the big thing is that I'm going to address first is the promotional video came out for this collaboration and basically only features Kuja in it. Now, why is this important? Well, the FF5 collaboration, when we got the promotional video for that, showed XDeath. And basically what this means is that FF9 is a pretty limited redo collaboration. We're seeing one character and one vision part. Now, before we go any further, is there a distinct possibility that they are going to surprise us? Yes, that is a distinct possibility that could happen in this game. And we could see another character show up in the following week, as well as another vision card. That is entirely possible, always. But it would be pretty uncharacteristic as to what Wotv has been doing lately of when a rerun happens, it's a single character, and also just talking about collaborations in general. We tend to see very specific things, and for a redo like this, this feels very much like just the way it is. I assume that if the FF9 remake is real, and fingers crossed it is, then we could see another FF9 collaboration happen in the near future, whenever that is supposed to come out. But that's really putting the cart before the horse here, and saying that, oh yeah, we can figure out what's going to happen here. I don't think that's the case. So yeah, before we go any further, just wanted to address that to the expectations that people have. Of course, it's always fun to dream in those previous videos, but you know, coming back to a hard reality can sometimes be the case. And who knows, maybe this means that when, you know, half anniversary rolls around, we're going to see a really big push for a bunch of new characters. We remember last year it was AC Sephiroth, AC Cloud, AC Tifa, and Kadaj. And if that's the case again, and we get a new collaboration with 4 characters, I like that a little bit more than potentially, you know, just getting another FF9 character. Let's save it up and make a bigger FF9 event later with a lot of new stuff. So that's all of that. Now let's talk about the actual character. Because yeah, about mid-April, that's when we are looking at getting our next half anniversary collaboration, which is about a month and away, and we got lots of other stuff to happen in that month. Tons of games coming out, as a matter of fact, a problematic amount. But anyway, sorry. Kuja. Kuja has a new main job, Gaia's Grim Reaper, and for all intents and purposes, I do believe that Kuja is a boy, but no. Also, he has a tail. No, damn it. Kuja is going to be a glove-based damage dealer. That is what I have gathered so far. He also has Red Mage and Magical Striker. If you're not familiar with Magical Striker, it's a newer job that came along with Christmas Wrath. It's pretty damn good. Red Mage also pretty damn good. I'm liking the way that Kuja is also looking for, you know, this point in time. And taking a look here, we also get an idea of what the new piece of equipment is. And if I'm reading correctly, it's basically an accessory. And now, I mean, overall impressions really quickly, along with the fact that I've tied this into this, let's get an audio clip to describe my feelings.
I like you. You have balls. I like balls.
I would like to thank the internet for providing me with that audio clip, and now right back to it. I do believe that it is an accessory. If I translate it correctly, I don't think this is a set of gloves. This is going to be another one of those characters that basically has a specific type of skin, and this will be a piece of equipment, but I am basically expecting it to be Kuja exclusive in terms of its upgrades. Now, commander ability. Let's talk about the commander ability. Guild Battle, 5 turns for Spear, Staff with Mentor, Glove, and Book equipment will get an increase in hit rate and grants human resistance, which is a pretty nice upgrade. That's a decrease in damage that your opponent is potentially dealing to you, given the amount of human killer that exists out there. Still going to be pretty good. It's also 5 turns of it, and 5 turns of accuracy, which is really nice, because any extra source of accuracy at this point is another nail in the foot that is the evasion team. So this is one of those things that I feel like whales are not going to be able to skip on if you are a top tier player. This is a hard one to skip for the commander ability, because I can see a lot of reasons why you would want this. But, you know, obviously not on sword-based jobs, not on gun-based jobs, so that is maybe a little bit of a problem, and we still, for all intents and purposes, don't have a ton of spear units to back it up. Although, really quickly interjecting, I would like to say that I do think more new version, who is a spear user, should be coming out relatively quickly, given what kind of characters have been showing up for story characters. Now, next up, Limit Burst. Big AoE, good range on it, quite nice to see. Extra large damage to targets within range, increases power if there are 3 or the more targets there are, with a cap on the damage increase when there are 3. That's perfect for guild battle, that's perfect for a lot of situations. This Limit Burst probably has a pretty good chance of catching multiple targets in it, given its size and flexibility, but it also has poison on the target too. Another instance where we are seeing a poison based effect, and that has some synergy with some potential other characters, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. Probably the worst thing to go up against the new version of O, though, since O can cast regen on himself pretty readily, and very unlikely to happen here. As for his other ability, foreshadowing to the second act, when HP falls below 50% when receiving damage, recover a medium percent of HP, also increase magic attack resistance penetration rate for 4 turns, have a chance to cause a preemptive non-elemental magic attack that is ranged. When receiving damage from physical attacks, also gives a reaction with a range of enemies of 5 to resist area attacks from enemies within range, centered around the user. So basically a kind of aura style effect. A little bit wordy, word salady, but that's essentially what it is. Also, we get an effect that reduces a certain percentage of evasion, which is really interesting. So I'm curious to see exactly how this works out once we get the character in the game and I can see the Wotv calc data. A percentage of evasion could be pretty freaking nasty. Either way, Kuja for kind of balancing evasion seems pretty nice, and I'm hoping that he does end up doing that, because, you know, the last few characters haven't felt really great in terms of the anti-evasion conversation, so I'm hoping that this one will pull and give evasion a few more problems, because the more options there are to limit evades potential reach, the better, because we don't want an all evade meta ever. But that's not all. We also have this brand new vision card, so let's take a look at that. And shout outs to the artwork, because the artwork is fantastic. Seeing the giant floating eye in the sky, great callback. And if you notice real quickly, he's on the Nova Dragon, which is another really, really cool detail. I will say a lot of bad shit about Wotv when it needs to be said, but the Wotv art rarely ever misses, and this is another one of those cases. Now, as for the VC, party ability for Swords of the Warrior Group Staff Mentor, Gloves, and Books. Increases resistance to single target attacks, and increase maximum HP. Also, for maxing out the VC, you get magical power up. So quite defensive, like a lot of single target resistance. Nice increased HP, and you're still getting damage. And for duels only, healing power up, which again is nice given that a lot of characters out there have some really nice healing abilities. If Kuja is quite a anti-damage, tanky kind of mage, in the similar vein of what Xdeath was, with increased healing power off of this vision card, I mean, it basically means if you get one of these, you have to get the other one. It'll be really, really good, but might be a really, really grindy team, hard to get through, and killer of evasion teams, just basing on what I'm seeing right now. As for the vision card mastery, dark attribute attack up by 2, magic attack resistance penetration up by 2. So another really, really nice vision card coming for mages out of the FF9 collaboration again. And that kind of brings me back to just talking about the FF9 collaboration. I do think that the characters are pretty up in the air. We do have a brief peek, seeing that we are going to be getting, Limit Burst upgrades. We are going to be getting Master Quest 2s and Master Quest 3s for the FF9 characters all in one go. So that's a lot. We're also going to see the FF9 old equipment get upgraded. So it's a pretty substantial batch of upgrades for the FF9 characters, and it'll be neat to see where they do land when this is all said and done. Of course, we already talked about this, farming and whatnot. But I'm hoping that FF9, even though it's a little bit calmer, will still be a pretty cool collaboration to get through. If you look at the timing, FF9 will basically be running until late or end of March. And then it's only going to be like 2 weeks downtime before we start to get into the half anniversary collaboration. So this is a bit of a pit stop, but I can see reasons why Kuja will be really good. And any terms of like power creep or anything like that, well, you're just going to have to wait. Stay tuned to the channel and watch. Either way, there'll be a lot of previews for the next week in terms of looking at team composition and looking at upgrades, and we'll probably be spacing that out to be a little more focused on each individual character as we go along. So anyway, that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you later. And I do realize the music was probably a little loud, but it's calming. Later.